What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Planet of Doubt podcast, where we doubt everything. I'm here with the squad. My name is Chris.
Six Drive.
Aciel.
John Lewis.
Manny, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Planet of Doubt. This is now episode number 11. Episode number 11. Guys, dog, once again, another milestone. 11 straight episodes. How long have we been going now?
I don't know.
I think we're at 30 episodes already.
Hey, 30 episodes, dog.
Oh,
now we
that's
doing
including segments and.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
We got a few contract negotiations.
Yeah, dog. So what's the first sponsor going to be, guys? I mean, we're making it kind of big, so we got to start thinking, big picture.
I'm sure Manscaped will reach out.
Liddy. So how's everybody's weeks been so far?
Chilling, man. As you can see, I'm in Florida right now. I'm here with John. We go on our weekly trip with
Weekly trip?
Oh,
Annual
our annual trip.
Live in New Jersey, do a weekly trip.
Yeah, it gets expensive. Yeah, we do our annual trip, fishing trip in Sanibel. It went well. Unfortunately, we left with a little bit of a cough, but we're good for the most part. But the week was a success, and we're good.
Okay.
So, just to let you guys know, we have a daredevil in our hands. We peer pressured him into jumping into the ocean.
Oh my Lord.
And it was all fine and dandy till that night. And the rest of the week, we kept fishing sharks.
So you were in shark infested water, so you didn't even know it.
Like the first shark was at night. It was like a 3-footer, which was still big, but not like crazy.
Yeah.
The next day was a 5-footer, and then that same night was like an 8 to 10-footer.
Jesus
It
Christ.
kept getting bigger.
Dog, friggin' Mushu and Eddie kept peer pressuring me. And you know how annoying they could be.
Yeah.
So I was just like, you know what, fuck.
But you did in the daytime, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the sharks were caught at night, which is even scarier. But just the fact that this man was just in the ocean where the sharks were swimming around is pretty fucking crazy. And they caught a big ass eel.
Yeah. No, they bought a stingray. The shit that killed my dog Steve Irwin.
Yo, word, dog. Steve Irwin, you still got shooters out here, son. You still got shooters. That's lit though. You have that story for the rest of your life now, dog. You swam in shark infested waters.
And I will tell that story for the rest of my life.
Yes, and they don't gotta know that you didn't know. You know what I mean? They just gotta know that you did it.
You're right.
I mean, it was fun though. We always go for a week. It's been weird because like 2 years ago it was a red tide, and for those of you guys who don't know what a red tide is, it's basically apocalypse for the ocean.
Yeah.
Like literally every fish under the water gets murdered.
The seaweed.
Wait,
like,
for real? I actually didn't know what that was. I've heard of it, but I didn't know what that was.
The seaweed like that's under the water gets like poisonous, and like it literally like kills like all the fish.
Damn, dog.
Literally 2 years
Holy
ago,
shit.
like you couldn't even fish because they were all dead and they were like all washing up on shore. And it's scary, dog. It really looks like the end of the world. Like literally, like the only thing that was surviving, and even them you can hear, were the dolphins. Like because the dolphins can breathe outside of water.
Yeah.
When they would go up, you would hear them like struggling to even get that clean water.
No way,
So it was
dog.
really sad.
Yeah.
So 2 years ago, red tide, and then this year, coronavirus. Like,
And y'all just dodged the hurricane, boy.
that's it.
That's crazy, man. Hell yeah.
I got a flight tomorrow. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to catch it because of the hurricane. So
You walk in and talk to them with that voice? Yes, sir?
Sir, sorry, but this is a Rona free flight.
Yeah, you better learn sign language overnight.
that will.
How about you guys? How's been your week so far?
I mean, for me, it's been chilling. I always got to give y'all the work update, but I don't really have one this week, dog. It's just we're back to normal, man. That's really what it is, dog. I'm honestly just
picking up stories.
I'm just happy because man. We'll get to that though. How's everybody's week? How's everybody else's week going?
Actually, just got a call today, man. It was gonna be interesting. My job, without my knowledge, of course, which is great. It's always great. They basically told me that I'm going to be working at Ventura Mall 3 days a week now.
What?
I'm not excited about it because it's really deep for me, along with a lot of other things that I just don't agree with. But I will be in Ventura Mall 3 days out the week and then 2 days of Sawgrass. It's their way of trying to work around the pandemic, If
Oh, I
1
see.
plus 1
Yeah.
plus 1 equals 3, 2 plus 1 still equals 3. So no matter how you slice and dice it, it's still not changing nothing. So
Yeah.
wait, that's my work update. So I'll be in another mall for most of the week this week.
Okay.
Damn.
Let's try to, glass half full. It's a new experience, maybe.
People are trying to make me look at it.
Yeah.
I guess that's right too.
Yeah.
DK hurricane supposed to come. I don't even think that's even hitting us. It's mostly gonna hit more up north Florida. I think it's past already Miami. Tomorrow's supposed to hit like North Palm Beach and stuff.
Well, they're saying that it's supposed to hit from like 2 a.m. to like 9 a.m. or some shit like that.
I don't know. I see it right here. It's already passing Miami and it's gonna hit like tomorrow sometime. I don't know exactly when.
Is there any chance that hurricane hits like New Jersey or New York? Do they know if it's gonna hit those other states?
It says it's on its track there, but that's a long way.
No, yeah, by the time it gets there, that thing will be dead in the water. You'll get probably just
A gust of wind.
Yeah.
I don't know about that because like it shows it like passing New York, but that seems like a long way. That's probably like
but they
a
said
week
after,
or two ago.
I think after the Carolinas, I think it might just be a storm. I don't know.
I mean, if it's gonna go over land, it's gonna get weaker and weaker the more it is on land, So
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like half land and half ocean.
yeah,
I know. What was the last hurricane? A 3? A 4?
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be a 5, but then by the time it got to us, it was down to like a 4 or 3 or something like that.
Yeah, and that was light work. We lost power for a day and a half. That ain't nothing else. We're a professional hurricane.
What do you mean last year?
Yeah, whichever the last one was that they were trying to hype us up for, oh, you guys better get ready for this one. The one that really messed up Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Well, I know the one like 2 or 3 years ago. That one was a bad one because that's the time I moved to Atlanta, and over here the hurricane was hitting and it hit pretty hard.
That one was bad, but even that one wasn't
over there.
It
we
just
flooded the whole entire Key West and
Miami. It was bad down there. You're right. It's just because where we live, it's not.
We live a little bit more
terrible.
in the middle of north.
Yeah.
And we already went through the worst one we could go through. I think.
Yeah, you could say that.
It was was it 10 years ago or something? I don't remember the names. I'm terrible with the hurricane names.
Yeah,
we lost power for
right there
the one that hit here
was
Wilma really hard in 2005 or 6.
Something like that.
That's the
right?
one that hit hard.
In Jersey, we got Hurricane Sandy. That hit us pretty hard. That destroyed the whole Jersey Shore pretty much. The whole boardwalk was pretty much destroyed underwater.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. Thankfully, where I live, it's like the hurricanes don't really affect my house because I live on a hill and all the water just goes down, and I usually don't ever lose power. Thankfully, knock on wood.
So I know everybody's happy because sports is back. Sports is finally back, and by sports I mean obviously baseball came back a little while ago,
We're in all the
but
sports.
now we got the NBA back in action, finally playing live from Disneyland. But how are we feeling, guys? How are we happy about this? Are we nervous? What's up?
Well, for some reason they're not televising the Knicks games. I
can give you a couple reasons.
I can't seem to find it. But I'm just so happy that baseball's back. Unfortunately, the Mets have been trash so far this year.
Sorry, buddy.
I saw that game the other
I
day.
see that the Yankees are killing it. Judge is killing it.
Oh, you know it. He's got 4 games with a home run. Oh, let's go, man. Let's go.
And then I saw the Lakers beat the Clippers, which was a really good game. Or really good game, or
it was
a close game.
It was it was a really close game. That made it interesting. But
in the beginning, it was good. Lakers were dominating.
Was the worst.
In the beginning,
it was very sloppy
draw.
Yeah, it was very sloppy draw.
Every ref had chronic asthma,
and
they blew whistles every 30 seconds. You couldn't get into a flow, and as a fan watching, it kills your vibe watching.
Bro, that's one thing I would. That's one thing I would change about the league. If I could change one thing, it'd be that, dog. Limit the amount of fouls, or change what you call a foul, bro. Because some of this shit is ridiculous, man.
It'll never happen. These people just love to.
Fam, and I don't understand why.
We got people like James Harden in the league that every call, they want every single call and they'll act it out perfect.
James Harden is literally a product of these rules, dog. If we didn't have those rules, you
would literally cut his average of points down in half.
Big time. Oh my lord, yes, dog.
I don't know. I don't know. I respect Harden way more than you guys.
He's dope, but
he can definitely ball, but if you're getting all your points from pretty much the foul line, I don't know.
He doesn't like get all his points from there, but it's
not all his points from
but it's a big chunk. Yeah, it's a big chunk of his points.
And he always expects that foul too. Like when he drives in, he knows how to act out.
The thing is, I mean, he gets fouled. That's the thing. Based off the rules, the way he gets hit, a foul's a foul.
I don't know, man. Some of them are pretty soft.
Those soft fouls, no, but a foul's a foul. It doesn't help that he's left-handed. Being left-handed makes it 10 times worse.
With that head fake, the ref is gonna blow that.
Yeah, facts. Immediately. And then he does that shit when like he puts his arms in front of him, so like no matter where you're swatting, like it'll just hit his arm. You know what I mean? Like that shit is crazy.
That's the thing. That's a foul.
No, yeah, like I don't blame him for it. Like he's playing today's game. That's really what it is. Did y'all? I don't know if we spoke about this yesterday, when we were watching the Lakers game, but what do y'all think about the Pelicans, dog? Only playing Zion like 15 minutes in like an important game.
Why is that?
I think I was watching with Chris because he's not ready. That boy.
Really, dog?
He's not physically ready to do all that work. You could tell he weighs too much. He's too big. I was telling Chris he has explosiveness, but this dude is too slow. He looks tired after like 10, 15 minutes. He needs to work on his.
But that sucks because, like, my dog was off for like how many months? You know what I mean? Like, he could have done some real conditioning and all that time, man.
They posted that picture to bait everybody. Like, oh, this dude's coming back. He's ripped. He's ready to go.
Yeah, I saw that.
Plays 15 minutes.
I mean, when the first game back it was visibly clear that he wasn't in the best shape. I mean, he wasn't always in the best shape, but he could at least hold his minutes like good enough when the NBA was as active. But the other day it looked like he was struggling to play. So yeah, that conditioning definitely needs to improve, or he's gonna be in big trouble.
And these games, well, I don't know about for them anymore, but all these games were supposed to mean something. So
but for them they
easy games.
Word for them they mean something though, because
these games
they gotta win. Yeah, they gotta win. They're what? They're like the 10th or 11th seed right now.
I think 11th.
Yeah.
10th or 11th, but
and they lost today.
Back-to-back games. Yeah.
The NBA wanted them in the playoffs so bad.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they were going for, but it ain't look like it's happening.
I want John Morant in the playoffs, dog.
I got Portland going in.
I think that's a very, very good possibility, but I don't want to see Portland first round. I'd much rather see the Grizzlies in the first round than Portland.
You're right.
That's really what it is.
But to go back to the bubble though, I've been watching like not really a lot of episodes, but like I've seen 1 or 2 episodes of JaVale McGee's like.
The vlogs.
Oh yeah,
that shit is, to me. I thought it was gonna look way different now. Like the food that they're getting, it looks so sus. Like going in a small ass refrigerator with like a P.F. Chang's bag.
Yeah, dog.
He like takes the food and he can like smack it on the table and it doesn't even look.
But don't they request? They can request any food they want, though, right? And then
nah, it's not like
really?
that. Like,
there's a what's it called?
If you're LeBron James, you can.
I thought you could like
one of those
anytime, any type of food.
Then I heard of there's other players that like are saying the opposite. They're like, "Oh, we love the food here," and shit like that.
There's
I wouldn't complain. That food looks.
I watched this podcast called it's not really a podcast. It's a show, the Pat McAfee show.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Pat McAfee. That show is too damn good. But he had Terrence Ross on there the other day. He's currently in the bubble, plays for the Magic, and he was telling him like, you're not allowed to order food after 5, like before 5. Until after 5, you can't order anything. So, and when you do order, like the room service, you have to pay for it yourself, which is trash.
That don't hurt them.
I mean, some players you would think, but then there's other players that are the big stars. They don't care. But then you got bench players. You got to pay for all your meals, and then the food isn't even anything too crazy.
And then the food that they do get, like the food that they get served to them, dog, like it doesn't even look great. Like
they could get Uber Eats and stuff. They could get like Postmates, Uber Eats. I've seen that.
Yeah, but what are you living off of at that point? Like the fast food that's on Postmates, Uber Eats, like that's kind of shitty.
Professional athletes too. They need to maintain something. You can't just be ordering like us, like Ale House and
Oh, I know that, but like if I don't know, I'm pretty sure if they need to request a special food, they could get it. It's not gonna be like, oh, you can't eat that.
It's not as easy as you think, dog. Because the thing is, like, they're being so like careful with everything that's going on, like that they're not really,
yeah, that's definitely the main.
And then not only that,
concern.
like, look, like, again, like you can order food from places like that are like on Uber Eats, or you can be like Will and like try to go get your own food. But then if you do that, you got to quarantine for like 2 weeks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far if I was there.
Yeah, that's really what it is, dog. And then so what John was talking about, the JaVale McGee show, like they showed like this like barbecue steak, I think it is, that he got, and it was literally like I don't even know how to describe it, dog. It looked like some shit out of fast food, and then like the barbecue you had to like pour it out of a packet like onto your steak. It did not look good, man. It did not look good at all.
Yeah, like you said, like other players have spoken opposite about it, so we don't really know like how often the food is good or bad or in between or whatever. But I even saw they're like shooting commercials in their like dressing in their fucking rooms and shit. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But I also want to point out the court. I actually like it, like the sound effects.
Yeah, it looks
like,
nice.
Yeah, they did a good job with that.
And I'm surprised it's in a freaking how do you call it? Like not an auditorium, but like
a hall.
Like one of those hall things. That's crazy.
I would say they're doing a good job for both sports. Because in basketball they have like the virtual fans, which is really awesome. Like
I saw that. Like I heard like you could even request to be in it. You can cheer.
No, and then you can like if you go on the NBA app, you can cheer your team on.
I saw that, but like you could actually like if you get a chance, they have like 300 people that could join the Zoom call or whatever. I don't know how they do it, but
I think those are reserved for like family and friends. I think
really?
Of the players, yeah, or like season ticket holders and stuff like that.
So like I said, for both sports, because in the MLB they have like fan cutouts, pretty much like the cutouts of like fans and what the cardboard cutouts, pretty much, and they fill them in the seats. Me personally, I have not noticed a difference because they do such a good job with the sound effects, and like creating.
Wait, they really put cardboard cutouts?
Yeah.
The hell?
Put cardboard cutouts
every stadium. I saw one that had 3 dogs.
Yeah, not the whole. Only the parts where like the cameras will catch, pretty much.
Yeah. So like when you're looking at the batter, like that's pretty much what it is.
But still, like the sound effects are like, yeah, I honestly can't tell.
Chris, to your point, I actually think the MLB did a better job with the sound effects than the NBA does.
Yeah,
I don't think the NBA is terrible, but I like the MLB sounds. Like it's like you said, like it sounds like almost the same, pretty much.
Yeah, it sounds.
But the MLB is not doing better than the bubble.
Yeah, that situation is horrible. Like
they should have thought about doing a bubble. Yeah.
But that's the thing, you can't really do that with MLB. Like there's too many.
Nah, but I forgot who I was. Well, I was talking to one of my managers like two days ago, and he said that there was a place that they almost did it at because they had like multiple baseball fields like ready for it. And I don't know why they ended up doing it. Yeah.
That would have been smart.
Basketball, for football and baseball, because they have way more players and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have way more players and staff, and you have all these different stadiums, all these different states and locations.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, they could have still made it work to an extent because only the East and West. Like, if you're on the East, you're only playing Eastern teams. If you're on the West, you're only playing Western teams. Yeah. So like they could have made it work, but it's like you said, like, or it's like the difference with the NBA is that the NBA is like almost done with the season.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
they're so lucky they're in that position right now because
they're almost done.
A chance to do it like that. So like whenever they do start again, it's gonna be later down the road, and who knows, it could be better from now.
The MLB has what, like 60 games or something? Like
I think something
on a regular.
Yeah, it's cut in half.
180,
fast season.
160, 162,
162, 162.
Jesus Christ! But I saw that.
Yeah, the Marlins.
Baseball can't really. I mean, they might, but they would lose a ton of money because the money they say that gets put into like your local team and into radio and stuff like that is so much that goes into the MLB that it'd be hard for them to make that kind of money back if they didn't play games in their stadiums.
Damn, that's crazy, dog.
In their states, yeah. I mean,
doesn't that really count for any sports? I mean,
but I think more so baseball. I think the contracts that baseball has with their local, because it's like America's like pastime. It's like cemented into.
Well, they gotta do something because half the team of the Marlins got this virus.
Well, that's okay. It's the Marlins. It's the Marlins.
It's not okay, man.
Who cares?
Yeah, but who cares? It's the Marlins, and they're not a great team, but
trust me, the MLB cares. If
14
it was the Yankees, I guarantee you that the season would have been canceled already.
No, but Yankees, they gotta figure out that situation with trying to trap that and not let it happen again.
Well, other than the Marlins, I think like a day ago they tested everyone and not one case was positive.
I saw what's it called? They found
today. I think they found like a positive case.
They found 2 on what team was it? Was it the Phillies?
I think it was the Phillies.
It was some team. They found 2 players, and there was a bunch more games canceled. So, and what was it? Manfred told them, he was like, if you guys don't figure out a way, we're gonna have to end the season. You guys gotta do something.
I don't think that's
like it's crazy. Like if you would think like how with the players and stuff, you would think like they would try to confine them to like stay and not go out places. But like they're all either going out or I don't know how they're all getting and shit.
No, they all have curfews. Like they're all being they have to be in their room. They get calls like at night from like coaches and stuff, making sure that they're in their room. I mean, what they do from there is up to them. I don't think they're out here going out and like being loose and stuff like that.
I heard the rumor. That's what happened with the Marlins. The rumor for the Marlins was that they went out one night and next thing you know,
Miami. Okay.
Next thing you know, a bunch of them.
14 players. That's insane.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, I think it was 9 players and the rest like coach and staff.
I think even more ended up with it after that. It's unfortunate, especially because go Cubs.
Yeah, I don't see.
I don't. The division.
I don't see the MLB season finishing this year. To be honest, there's gonna be too many cases. They've already canceled or suspended 33 games in the MLB, and it's been like
I didn't know that.
A week and a half.
33 games.
33 games.
Shit.
Already suspended. So like, if this keeps up, like it's gonna be like no point pretty much. They should have just not played this year, honestly.
Either that or they should have done. Who said it? Like they had like a place where they could all play.
That's somebody told me that. Like
if they thought of something that would have been hella smart. Like try to do it that way.
But again, it's just like with baseball, it's so many games.
But I don't know if it would have been smart for the money.
Yeah.
Because you might have ended up losing more money trying to get all those players into one place and doing that
for that long.
Yeah, there's no place like that, Jose, where like in Disneyland where they can just create like basketball courts and stuff like that, where also the players can stay and stuff like that. It's a stadium, and then they have hotels around it, but not every team in the MLB could stay there and play in that one stadium. There's too many games to be played. Now, while the NBA has winded it down to only like the key contenders for the playoffs, so it's not that many teams. Yeah. But the whole MLB, it'll be too difficult.
Yeah, the NBA definitely looked out on that on that situation. And I heard they get tested like 2 times a day and stuff like that.
Yeah, constantly. Constantly.
Yeah, no joke over there.
Mm-hmm. And they got them quick tests, the 15-minute swab. Here you go.
Well, they do. From what I've been seeing, they do both. Like they'll do the mouth one and the nose one, and then you're good. Yeah, I swear to God, it's crazy.
They're getting all the things. I heard also they put in fish in the lakes and ponds so the players can fish.
That's another
the lake.
Yeah, they stocked the whole
Terrence
lake
Ross
with fish.
said that it got boring as hell after like 2 or 3 days. That everything that there was to do, they already got pretty bored of it. Shotgunning the beers and fishing, and he said they were adding a bowling alley, which he's excited for, but he said they scared all the fish away after like a couple of days.
Damn.
Well, I mean, what else? If they can't like really go to Disney, like you're gonna either be stuck in your room eating or.
Yeah, I don't want to hear no players complaining.
Yeah, first of all, they shouldn't complain because you're there.
Shouldn't, but there's also like the humanity aspect of it where these people are like literally locked up with.
I get that.
Kind of like how we were, just way smaller places.
Yeah, I kind of get it in that sense. It's more a controlled thing, but you're playing the game. You got to do it.
But that's why they gave him a choice. So that's really why I feel John on that, because like they told the teams, they were like, yo, like whoever wants to opt in, like to be in the bubble of these teams, come in. And then even the players like didn't really have to come if they didn't want to. So it's like if you decided to go, like don't.
Is there like known people who didn't go? Like
Avery Bradley from the Lakers.
Yeah, for the Lakers.
But he went like personal choice because he didn't want to affect the family and the
because he didn't want to affect the family.
That's it. You don't know anybody.
There's
a few other players.
Handful, but
sorry, I thought you were talking about his reasons. Yeah,
like extra significant wise, none that come to mind real quick.
All right, so Manny, I thought that your topic was gonna be more obvious, but now that I see that you're wearing the jersey, it was pretty obvious.
Yeah.
but there was one big piece of news today that came out. I don't know who this is going to affect, but apparently, as of tomorrow, TikTok is banned.
Oh.
Trump said that they're getting rid of TikTok completely, and they're done with the app. I know Jose is gonna have to find some other form of entertainment.
Me, Manny, John is a recovering addict.
Well, Chris, that news was supposed to be for today, not tomorrow. Like they were supposed to ban it today.
Also, and it may already be banned then, I guess.
No, it's not banned. He said, he did say that he wants to ban it, but he it takes more than that. He can't just say I'm gonna ban it, then it's offline tomorrow. It doesn't work like that. You have to go through hell officials just to take.
Yeah, well they said that the app should be off by tomorrow. Like a bunch of news stations are reporting that.
Nah, it's not gonna be like that. The TikTok just made an announcement, like their creators. And people don't want to know this, but their headquarters here in America, and they came out today saying that it's not going anywhere, and this is just like the start. And they just started with a $2 billion fund to pay their stars or whatever. That's the first time they're doing that.
Interesting. I thought that they were just getting rid of the app.
No, yeah. That's what
I read.
That's the big thing that came out, because he literally said that last night, and everybody, like every TikTokers was freaking out. They're like, oh, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And nobody knew like exactly what was gonna happen. And like this morning, TikTok, the headquarters came out today and came out with that video. Yeah, but me, I mostly think that it's more than just the Chinese trying to get your information. I mostly think is because this app is the number one app, and like it has such a powerful way to like get your message or like video out there. Like any random person could go, their video could go up to the millions in like one day, less than a day, more than any app, more than YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, anything like that. So like that's the main reason. And two is because in USA they can't tax the app because it's a Chinese owned app, so there's no taxes to win in America. So that's the other number one reason.
I gotta be number one reason.
Yeah.
I gotta be number one.
Microsoft actually wants to buy TikTok.
I saw that.
But that's in the works. It's not 100% official yet.
That's interesting because, I mean, yeah, that's definitely the top reason that America can't tax it. Mm-hmm. That's definitely a huge reason. And there's so much money going to that app and all that stuff. That's interesting. Yeah, so when I saw the news, I thought that like tomorrow will be offline.
No, yeah, everybody has been saying that too. Like that's been going out everywhere.
Because every report that I saw today, that's exactly what it said.
Yeah, it's just like there's like so much misinformation too. Like and also I saw Instagram is trying to make their own version of TikTok too.
Oh my god!
Like it's gonna be called Instagram Reels or something like that, and it's basically gonna be the same. I don't know if it's gonna be in a different app or in the same Instagram app. But it's the same format, like you swipe up and see these 10-second videos.
I'd rather just have TikTok.
That's interesting. Are there like professional TikTokers where like
as if their income is
where
solely...
they like quit everything and they're literally just make TikToks?
Yeah.
There's people like that?
Yeah, there's a ton of people. There's been people who just the most popular TikToker. She's a 15-year-old. She has over I think 70 million. But she doesn't get paid by TikTok, but she get paid by ads and she's already been in like the talk shows and like hella shits already from just being in TikTok. So, like she's been banking off that. But like, yeah, like all these kids are millionaires right now just from that app.
But I mean, I don't mind that too much because it's kids and you're still young. Like, but if there's like adults,
no, yeah, there's a lot of adults.
Yeah,
that's weird.
Why is it weird?
I don't know. That's weird. Like your whole life is now.
Well, I guess
it goes down. Like
it doesn't go down.
You know, money. Like no, like if they shut it down.
Oh, if they shut it down, but that's the thing. Like anyone that you see that is popular on the app, they have YouTube, they have either Twitch or Instagram, and they have millions of followers there too. So like they're smart with that.
That's what I'm saying. They have like
if you're only set on one thing. On anything, that's a horrible plan. You always got to make sure you hit all those marks. So like that's a lot of people do that. So like
these famous TikTokers have enough recognition to go to somewhere else.
Yeah,
like
YouTube and like the smart ones have people that guide them through it and like say, oh, make a YouTube account, make an Instagram account, and post this, so get your followers up. So if this app dies, you'll switch over and then make. That's the same thing like what happened with Vine. All the Vine stars when that died, they either went to Instagram or YouTube, and now you have the.
Not the same thing though, because TikTok is mainly based on lip syncing and dancing, and that's not a talent.
Yeah, so but that was the beginning.
It's really hard to transfer somebody who just dances to another platform to do the same thing.
But that TikTok, that was in the beginning when Musical.ly was a thing, and it still is like mainly most on dancing and lip syncing things. But there's more to it. There's people who do like comedy sketches there. There's people who report like the news. There's a whole bunch of like it's random things, but they have made it more than what it was before. You know what I mean? And like even it's been the number one for music right now. Like if you're a music artist, they tell you to go on that app, promote your song there, and you're gonna get millions of streams on your shit.
All that music on that app, I think like they all are like number one. And
yeah,
shit like,
which is kind of weird because like if you hear like anywhere else, you're like, oh, this is like a TikTok song, and that just gets that stigma and stuff like that. Yeah. But they're getting that money either way. Like Jason Derulo, he's a TikTok star now because he has like I think 30 million right now followers, and he's like he committed his life to that because he's been doing all the shit.
I mean, I don't use TikTok. I only see TikTok videos when Ashali sends them to me, and they're usually like dogs and cute little things. So shout out to her for that. But never any of this dancing and all that stuff. But I have seen tweets of people absolutely hating on Jason Derulo. Every time like he
why though?
Because they're like stupid.
He's like,
I don't know, like you gotta see him.
But like he knows his audience right now, so like he's targeting that audience, and that's what's getting him up there. Like he's collaborating with the TikTok stars now, with like the 15 and 16-year-olds, and he's bringing them to his house to like make a funny video, and that shit gets millions of views there.
I can't be mad at him. Man, it's just he found a way to make some money.
Yeah, like if you see it, like without that, he wouldn't even be he's known for what he's done, but like I'm saying, as popular right now,
as relevant.
Yeah, as relevant in that world, in that sense.
Yeah, I can't even remember the last song Jason Derulo dropped.
Jason Derulo was fine before TikTok. He just decided to.
No, yeah, he definitely was. He was doing Instagram and Facebook too, and singing so like that. But now he's gone even more because he's still producing and singing music with TikTok. Like he knows he's gotten like the TikTok trend music and made it his own. Like he's basically like got that like what do you call it that?
Well, he's stealing.
Yeah, well not yeah like that. He gets like the song and he makes like his own basic cover or remix to it, and then he copies off that part. So like he learned the format and is manipulated to go where he is now.
To TikTok, I do like TikTok a lot. As long as you use it responsibly, not spend hours and hours on it. But I like the app, so I hope it's around.
I think that app is out of here.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, we can't. Like, we literally have Cam on here speaking on it for the last 3 weeks, and now it's reported on the news. Like, every information that we could get is misguided from any standpoint, but also just on some content. Like everybody you just said that, like, yeah, people do this, people do that, but you still go back to singing and dancing, and that's like the main content that's coming out of it. So that lifespan isn't gonna last, even if it's not governmental like reasons. It'll just be like it'll die off of because there's no talent behind that shit.
Yeah, but nobody's. That's what anything like. The thing is with this, it's an app obviously, but it has made its way to what it is. Nobody's saying like that's gonna last 5 more years. Nobody knows when it's gonna die off or nothing like that. But what it's doing right now, it's working, and so that's what they're doing. So like the smart thing to do is not if you're like in that like fully like as like making content for that, not invest 100% in only making content for that. Like spread out through all these other platforms. And like
they're saying that that girl, I forgot her name, is like Madison something.
Madison, right?
Yeah. She just got a deal with like Spotify or Barstool for a podcast with her mom.
Oh, Spotify.
Yeah, so but that doesn't mean she's gonna stop doing this.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's gonna be hard to throw somebody who just dances in front of a camera to now be able to speak elaborated on topics or conversations. Like obviously she's gonna have the help because she's gonna have a full blown production behind it. Like they're gonna, help her develop it. But now even the people who are into TikTok are realizing that this shit is like gonna be out of here soon, so they have to transfer like slowly somewhere else.
No, yeah, and they're doing that. It's not always gonna work out for them because like most of the people who are doing it are going either acting or doing singing, and it's like kind of like cringy or like it's like they're not good or they either need time to practice. But like since they have that status and fame already, they get the views, and that's what people are seeing.
Yeah, well, we'll see by next week what the news updates will be on the app.
Yeah, you never know. Anyways, with this shit, like anything can happen any day now. What did y'all think of the Logic album?
Pretty good. I liked it. I actually think it's probably my favorite project of his since The Incredible True Story. It was a very Logic album on some of the songs, you know what I mean? But I like the production style. I like the subject matter of it. So yeah, I like it. I fuck with it.
I loved it. I thought that production was some of the best production I've heard in a while, to be honest. And of course, he had no idea on it, so that definitely helped. Same Logic bars. His flow is just too good, and it goes with the beat perfectly. Yeah, but I loved it. Other than that, it was a great retirement album, in my opinion. Even though I don't think he's done, I think he got the job done.
I only listened to it the one time, if I'm being honest. I did really enjoy it when I first listened to it. I really liked each song except for one, the was it A to Z? That's the only one that I didn't. Yeah. I thought it was
he was trying to do the concept,
but then when he actually did it, I was like, okay, this isn't what I was.
Yeah, same here.
But other than that, everything else I think was really good. I'd give it a solid 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah,
but
that's fair.
Go back to it again, so that's off of one listen.
Yeah, I heard it once fully, and then I've gone back to certain songs since. But for us to like it at the first listen and give it a 7 to 8, that's really good.
Yeah, that's true.
It's really good because usually you got to hear an album a couple times to even get that type of rating. Like Chris was saying, the production was really good. I just always have this thing with Logic, dog. It's like he just sounds like he's rapping really good, but he's just rapping okay.
Yeah, yo, thank you, John. Thank you for saying that. Because
and I could tell. This is what I don't like. I can tell when Logic was sitting down writing a verse.
Oh, John! Oh my God!
Just him just freestyling because he can do it.
Yes.
He has a mic that he likes to carry like this, and is usually used for a podcast. And he likes to stand up and freestyle and just kind of blabber till he gets something, which is crazy good. Like it's impressive to a certain extent as a writer, but I don't want all the records to sound like that. Like I want you to sit down and write you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think on records like A Dark Place, which is number 11, that's probably my favorite song on the album because you can tell he was forced to sit and actually pour out like real like thoughts, you know what I'm saying? Than just like a freestyle or whatever.
So John, just to piggyback my back, Chris, to piggyback off of what you were saying, dog, like when I said like some of the songs are very Logic songs, like that's kind of what I was referring to, dog. It's like he flows really well, you know what I mean? And like he rhymes really well, but like he's the type of rapper where like he does that a lot, and then you don't realize that line 1, 2, 3, and 4 really don't have anything to do with each other. They just rhyme. Yeah, he's literally just like going at a certain extent. But go ahead, Chris. What were you saying?
No, yeah, I was gonna agree with you guys. That's why I feel like he flowed really well. I didn't say like it was a lyrical genius or anything like that. I just think that he flowed really well with the production. He did have those songs that you can tell that he sat down and wrote. But it was a very Logic album, but the production I think held up. And I really enjoyed it.
I think you definitely hear the no ID in it. Like you can definitely hear.
Yeah, the production in Logic there's never been a downfall as far as that goes. But yeah, I heard him say is probably my favorite like production wise, and those are records that I need you to sit down and write. I need you to sit down and I think he did for half of it, but for the other half you can tell he was back on like the tour bus type of shit, just like freestyle. But yeah, you guys my standout records are like Perfect, which was like the oddball out in the sequencing because it doesn't sound like the rest, but it kind of works. Bad Bod, Five Hooks, Heard 'Em Say,
Celebration.
Yeah, Celebration is probably second on my favorite production on like the album. Yeah, I'm not mad at this.
Anything.
Huh?
Based off a title, I can't remember anything.
Gotta go back. And
Heard 'Em Say. I remember. Heard 'Em Say was probably the song that stuck out to me the most. Like when I heard it.
That one sounds familiar. I think that's the one that had like. It sounded like. What song did it sound like? It had like. It had some beat from some Kanye song off for Graduation.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
That was like 4 of these beats.
I think it was. I don't remember. I have to go back and listen to it.
I was telling Chris when number 14, Amen. I would have to play it to make sure it's the right one, but if you go back and listen to it, it sounds like Liftoff, like from the Watch the Throne. It doesn't sound like it. It is the piano bass line from Liftoff. It's just used in a different manner. And what I was telling Chris was that it's kind of sad that we never got a Logic and Kanye feature because he's been very vocal his whole career about how inspired and influenced he's been by Kanye.
Yeah.
So even if it was on a production standpoint, like I would have taken a production, No ID, Logic 6, and Kanye, like some shit like that. If this is his last album, like we keep saying, but yeah, I mean, like I'm not mad at this dog. Let's exclude the in betweens that we haven't really sat down and heard yet, but Under Pressure, Incredible True Story, Everybody, and No Pressure. I'm taking that.
And I liked Young Sinatra 4, dog. I thought Young Sinatra 4.
Oh yeah, that tape was fire.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, because I didn't really sit down with those records yet, so that's why I'm not counting them. But like, those 4 albums are solid albums for artists, and that's rare for anybody to do, to have 4 solid. I'm sure the other ones are good too. I just haven't myself dove into it, but
yeah, I don't think Logic is capable of a bad album. Forgettable, yeah, maybe, but I don't think he can do a bad one. He's too talented, and the production is always too good for it to be ever like a bad album or something like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say what John said. The 4 albums. His first one, No Pressure, Incredible True Story, Everybody, and this one. Those are all my favorite Logic albums, and it's funny because this week I listened to that in order from the first one, first, second, third, and this one together, and just that whole like compilation and from beginning to end was like a whole story to me. Like I love Logic from like the beginning of when he started making music. This album I actually have listened to it every day since it came out. I really enjoy this album. Like every day I'm finding more things that I like about this album. And also I've been seeing like all these interviews he's been doing and the Twitch streams, like, and also speaking on the John, you said like your favorite song is the Dark Place, right? He actually wasn't gonna put this on his album. He said that was something like he wanted to keep away because it was so real to him, like, and so like it is a dark place like he went to write that song. Right. And like it was such like a sad time in his life that he didn't want to put it out, but when he presented it to like his friends and even No ID, they're like, no, you gotta put this on this album, like it needs to be. And he had that like on a mixtape that wasn't even ever come out, and so like he decided to put that on the album. What made me appreciate this album even more was watching him in the live stream that he did for Twitch. He basically did a rundown of every song and like what it meant and like what it took the process to do this. Like 2 or 3 of he is doing it more thoroughly, but in his first live stream he did it live when it dropped, and he said 2 or 3 of his songs that are on this album he's getting 0% of revenue from the songs because it's because of the beat that he has. 2 of them are Outkast beats, and another one I think called Soul Food 2. He got it from like this French artist that he's been trying to get since his first album. His first album, he had Soul Food 1, and it's the same beat, but he recreated the beat. He said he couldn't find the actual producer who made it, and this time he actually found the producer, and he like paid all the royalties just so he could use his song. So he's not getting any money from that. Like that just
I
shows.
gotta do research on that because I never heard. It makes sense, but it's weird because this would be the first time that I'm hearing that that's possible. That if I drop an album and 2 samples don't get cleared for 2 records, I can still put them on my album as long as I don't get paid off of it.
Yeah,
that'll be interesting.
He said he made the entire beat from scratch. But when he was making it and trying to find the artists, like they weren't found at all. And he found out when he was making this album that they lived in France. It was like an old band in the 80s that made that orchestra a long ass time ago. And then to get in contact with him, he like wrote him a letter and everything, and like he said, "Oh, I really enjoy this musical classic you made. Let me put it on my album." And then they talked to each other, and then he let him do it. But yeah, like
so the sample did get cleared. He's just choosing to not make money off of it.
The sample that he has now got cleared from it, but he's not getting paid from that one, and also the 2 beats from Outkast and stuff like that he has on this.
As long as they got cleared, then it makes sense. But
yeah, but like you said, on his first album, he has this beat, but he recreated it. I don't know how that worked out. Like I don't know how they got to even do that. Like if you could recreate a beat and make it yours, and you still get money from that, I don't know how that happened. But
yeah, if it's technically, you'd have to go into the file of the session and see how different it is. So as long as there's notes that are different, it's a whole fucking thing.
To me, it sounds the same, honestly. But he says it's different, but I believe on that. But yeah, like I said, like seeing him go through every song, it's such a amazing. Like it's such an inspiration too. Like, and he made me realize that hip hop is basically like it has its age, like with Jay-Z and stuff like that. The people who still are basically in the rap game who are that old, and like that's like the old heads of hip hop, and like you have him who's like basically like in the middle, or like with J. Cole, like the middle child and stuff like that.
Oh, I saw that interview. Yeah.
So like that.
Well, yeah, he was saying that like he wished like that hip hop was allowed to age like other genres, right?
Yeah.
So it is though. It's hip hop is it's still new.
Yeah, it's very.
Jay-Z is like one of the newer, older generations to age.
Yeah.
So we're seeing it unfold in front of our eyes.
Yeah, I never looked at it like that. Like Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, like they're all like they're on that point of where hip hop is like the start, or not the technically start, but you know what I mean.
The start of it's like of it blowing up essentially. Yeah.
But just a quick full circle. I just noticed this. So a Dark Place on the No Pressure album. As soon as I heard like the first 6 seconds without him even rapping, I already knew it was gonna be my favorite song. And it reminds me of this song called Paradise on the Incredible True Story album. And just for like real quick, this beat. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same. It's the same seriousness that he brought to Dark Place. Like it's a record that he sat down. And if we're conspiracy theorying over here, the song is called Paradise, and then the other one's called Dark Place, and they kind of both land in the same dark place, just with different titles. So that's like I just noticed that right now.
I don't recall. Is that the first line of that song that you just played? Paradise is the one that it goes just that P.O.D whatever. Is that the beat that's used on that Dark Place song? I don't know. I know it's in there, but I don't know if it's on that song. That would have been even more conspiracy.
It felt like that song. And then in Paradise, remember, there's 2 parts to it. It starts like that, and then it slows down again. I remember my mind go, feeling like my life go. Like he gets into that whole thing where it sounds like Dark Place, like on the new album. So it's just something to like think about. I just noticed it right now as we were talking.
2 things. I said you said that heard him say kind of sound like a song of graduation. Now that I think of it, it kind of sounds like the beat of Good Morning. Like
possibly. I know it's something.
I think it is.
It's something. It's like the beat hitting. I want to say it's like the melody or anything.
It might be. It's like the
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I now that I think of it, it kind of sounds like that.
I wish I could remember off the top of my head. I apologize to the folks back home.
And two, he didn't have any skits on this album, but I really enjoyed the female. Well, if you count the female voice like as a skit, I really enjoyed the female voice as a skit, like it's kind of like letting them know like how he felt during the song and like who the inspirations were and like what he was doing.
It kind of got annoying a little bit.
I don't know why. The female voice, the robot voice in this one made me so mad. Oh my god.
Yeah,
every time I heard her, I was like, if you don't hurry up and speak.
It just stutters too much and it's too slow. Like he had it on his first album and it wasn't this dragged on. Like he had it in his first album and a little bit on his second album. But like he had it way more on this album. Like basically what she is basically like Alexa and she like just tells her what to
do. I think he needs to make them. If I'm gonna put it at the end of track 14, then let track 15 be the skit and then track 16 be the beginning of the new song. Because if I don't want to be forced in the middle of my song to hear a skit, you know what I'm saying? Like if you could just skip it, if he makes it skippable, then you don't have to.
Well, I don't think it doesn't start on a new song. It ends on a song.
It ends on a song.
Yeah. So you could go on every song and it's not gonna start with her. It's gonna be an end of one of the songs. But
I enjoyed it.
I like what he did with like Orson Welles. The two times he had him, like in the beginning and the last track. You don't know, Orson Welles was like in the 50s.
That was well placed.
In the 50s, he like the way he like mixed his voice into his raps and his album is fire.
That was dope.
Yeah, like he included like his name and his album in there, and like the messages that was going on was really good. I feel like this album is really good. I like it a
lot. So I don't know if y'all heard, but there's a new versus battle that's coming out. Did y'all hear about this?
2 Chainz, right?
Yeah, Ross and 2 Chainz. And I need to know who y'all got in this versus battle. Cause somebody I spoke to someone 2 days ago, and the same person that I was talking about basketball with told me who they thought was winning this, and I completely disagree. So I want to see what you guys think.
I gotta go with Ricky Ross.
I don't know. I think me and John talked about this a little bit in Sanibel. We were kind of more hits wise for Ross. We kind of thought of more features and like verses than his actual songs.
Yeah, definitely.
Where 2 Chainz has actual like hit that are his songs, and start with him like I'm Different or other tracks where he starts off and they'll start off harder. I think personally that Rick Ross's features and verses on other people's songs are better than his actual songs. So if they go based on that,
I would agree on
and
that.
not just Rick Ross's straight songs, because no, Rick Ross has some bangers obviously.
Yeah.
But I don't think his songs compared to his features are comparable to me. So if they go with the features, I think Rick Ross will take it. But I don't know how.
I have a problem with the hits thing. I hate the fact that it's like hits and they don't.
It's big records, like
the
it's
quality
big,
of their music.
And that's the thing, though. Like that's why I was actually going with 2 Chainz, because I was like, look, as a rapper, like I'm taking Rick Ross. Like there's no question I'm taking Rick Ross as a rapper. And like if I think about the music that I've enjoyed, I probably enjoyed Rick Ross's music more. But if you think about the fucking huge songs that 2 Chainz has been on, dog, like he's been in a lot of really big songs with some really big artists.
Oof. He has No Lie with Kendrick and ASAP. We forget that he has those type of features.
His birthday song with Kanye.
He has a lot of features too.
Ross was on. Was it? I remember.
But I would put Ross in the feature game
My
more.
Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah, Ross has been in a lot of great features.
But I don't think he's as much of a feature rapper as 2 Chainz is though. Because 2 Chainz
Sanctified.
Yeah.
He's on Sanctified, right? Oh my god, that song! I remember hearing it the other day. It randomly came up.
And the one with
my favorite verse right there.
Not Sanctified, but the one with Jay-Z, the
Live First, and wasn't he on Live First, Die Young? Was that what Kanye?
People don't know about that shit.
No, never mind. Yeah, that's us.
Talking about John, it's gonna bother me. But they talk about, I know what you're talking about, the Duce and I'm looking it up.
Yeah.
Wasn't he was
Larry Hoover.
He was with Kanye, Jay-Z, and Nicki, right?
Yeah.
Monster.
In there.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
It was the beginning.
Right? He's probably on some songs with what's this dude's name? With French Montana. Some of the big ones, the booty clapping music.
not no Shaman.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I know.
Yeah, I think
he's done a lot with Drake too.
I think people. I wouldn't be so quick to choose one. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it's gonna be a battle. You know, like I feel like everybody's gonna be surprised and be like, oh shit, I forgot that song. Oh shit, I forgot this song.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't. I saw a lot of people try to pick Ross like off rip, but I've already seen enough versus battles to know that it's not. Making that quick judgment isn't always accurate. And again, you have to hope that these records aged well on top of that too. But this is next Thursday, I believe. You said August 6th, Jose?
Stay scheming.
No, the 6th. So it's Thursday. So, Thursday the 6th, August.
What was it?
I'm interested. I'm definitely interested.
It's not Welcome to My Hood.
Welcome to my
That's another thing.
Wait, you're saying a Khaled song that Rick Ross is on? Because which one?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. There's one that was like, I gotta look him up. I got 80 ads on Spotify.
That's what I'm saying. Like his features are so much better than his actual songs.
Yeah, I think.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree on that. But when Ross came out with his first album, I think there was a lot of good hits on that too.
But
his first album is considered a classic.
Yeah.
But it's again like what John said. Like have all those songs aged well. You know what I mean? So like if you hear "Hustling" today, is it the same? Like
I think it could.
I think so.
I heard "Hustling." It was a while ago, but obviously well after it came out, and I was like, "Damn, I really fuck with this on heavy. Like, this is all not that good."
all the 2 Chainz hits that I can think about, I feel like can still be.
Well, that's the thing. His music is for this time.
If I'm 2 Chainz, I'm playing.
Music's timeless.
Player circle after Hustling.
Throw a little money, little duffel bag, boy, with Lil Wayne. Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be interesting. I'm down. I like it. I didn't need this one, but I'm not mad at it. And it's gonna be interesting. Please watch it on Apple Music, guys. It's way better production.
Cool. He was on "Fuck with Me," you know I got it.
Bro, and they dropped John.
I got it.
And they dropped John from the Carter 3 with Lil Wayne.
He was on "Devil in a New Dress."
Mm-hmm.
Pop that.
Yeah, no, it's.
Find this one with Jay-Z.
They have to play. They have to play their hits regarding.
Wait, was it Three Kings, Asio?
I don't think so.
I don't know if that song will like do well in this.
Yeah,
time.
but he was on that with Jay.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be pretty loose with these rules because I think both artists are good in both paths of their songs and actual verses. So I think it's just gonna be a mixture.
No, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Chris. It's whatever you were on, you could play.
Yeah.
The devil is alive.
If that's the case, then I'm gonna choose Ross. If that's the case, yeah.
It's tough, but we just gotta tune in next week and see what's up.
The song was "The Devil Is a Lie."
I said it.
Yeah, we said that one.
You think they're gonna play the one from Django, Rick Ross's song?
Oh,
no.
I don't think
if they do a private performance for us, they would put it.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
I need 100.
And I just watched that movie this week. That shit was too good. When that song came up,
it's too good.
Too late.
Someone in our friend group watches that movie a week at least once.
You have to.
It's in rotation.
I haven't seen it for a while, and hearing that Will Smith was gonna be in Django, that shit, like
you found that out
today?
Yeah, I found that. I don't know if I might have heard it a long time ago that Will Smith was gonna be in Django, but like it came up today that he canceled on that. Like
his choices are. Well, I mean.
You can't argue with him because he's in a lot of good movies.
Yeah, you can't argue with him, but Quentin Tarantino telling you to do a movie.
You can't say no to Quentin.
You cannot.
Yeah, that I'll give you that. That's crazy. Like Quentin came to you with an idea, and you were like,
after coming out, what was the movie before?
This guy is guaranteed going to give you the best role you've ever played.
What was the movie before? Inglourious Bastard. Yeah. How are you gonna say no to that?
Inglourious, Pulp, Reservoir Dogs, both the Kill Bill.
Yeah, you can't say no to that.
You don't say no.
Well, speaking about movies and and potentially shows, did you guys see that Netflix acquired a couple of shows?
Yes.
They acquired.
Yes.
Moesha, the Parkers, The Game. What do you guys think about
that? BET's a rap. It's a rap for BET.
I didn't care about any of these shows growing up.
I'm low-key with you on that, Asio. Like, Sister Sister was cool to see. I was like, oh shit, but I don't know if I'm gonna run to watch Sister
Sister. If we're putting it bluntly, I watched
the
white people shows growing up.
This guy.
That's like Friends, Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Full House.
No, yeah, I've seen all these shows. I don't think these are the shows like I seen it when they were on TV, obviously on that time. But I don't think I would go back to it like that. But it's good to get his representation to get.
I think the game like had potential to be one of those shows, but like.
And I used to I like the game. I used to watch that a lot. Too.
Yeah, me too. But I like the early seasons. Like I think after season like 3, I like get over it.
It definitely got.
I used to watch Sister growing up. I really.
No, yeah, me too. Like,
who was it? Marcus Houston was it?
Roger,
go home, Roger.
Yeah, Sister to me is a classic show.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I think it's cool that these shows, get the spotlight once again that can potentially drive, monetary gain.
And I heard it was a difficult deal to get for them. Like it wasn't that easy because they're all different types of networks, and you gotta go around this way. Like Sister was on ABC, which is owned by Disney, and you don't know if that's a whole thing. Right, so like, and I heard people were trying to get like Martin on Netflix, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. Cause that's the thing. It's just on all different networks.
See, that I would probably go back to. Like if that shit got on Netflix.
I think Martin's on. Oh yeah, it's on Amazon. You can watch it on Amazon. All the seasons. But yeah, it's so much different contracts everywhere, so it's hard to get them in one place. But
and that's crazy that Disney Plus didn't put Sister on. That's interesting.
I think it's because it's not officially 100% Disney, but it
wasn't created by them.
Yeah, it's like a partner thing. So I guess that in that sense they didn't put it like that.
Well, in that same beat, then is there one show that you guys would want, regardless on one show that they could
come back?
Netflix? Yeah, regardless of, well, not to come back, but just like put a show onto Netflix from any time, any genre.
Mr. Robot.
It's already on.
Yeah, come on.
It's on Amazon. Something that's not available.
Well, it's something that's available, but something easier.
Easier.
Like a big streaming thing where you can find it without too much trouble. So we'll think like something they could put onto Netflix.
The George Lopez show. There you go.
Wasn't that on it?
No, it's not.
It was on somewhere. It was
Jose. I look everywhere.
Oh, I know where it is.
Jose, I've looked everywhere.
I know where it is. It's the new service from NBC. It's called
it's on it.
The Peacock app.
Oh, I gotta go.
And it's free.
That's lit.
It's a free app.
There you go, Chris. There you go.
If that's the case, well, you see, put it out in the world.
But it has commercials. It has commercials.
You can definitely pay for a no commercial.
I don't know if you can pay, but it's like a Hulu. It's not that bad, but it's pretty good.
I hate ads. I'll never do them.
It's not that bad.
Damn, I can't think of a show that like I would actually want to. Like I feel like every show that I would want on there is already on there.
Yeah, I can't really think of one now. But speaking on that, I heard Drake and Josh is supposed to come back to Netflix. But not.
Wait, but isn't that on Hulu?
No, not the past episodes. They're making a new season
with
the original cast.
Jesus,
that is risky, dog. Oh,
so like that falls under the reboot thing. Is reboot a good idea? You know, like everything's get a reboot now.
If you've seen Josh in his vlog days, he's pretty much actually.
Yeah, he's the same person.
Yeah, he can't change.
I don't think it'll be.
He lost his magic.
Yeah, is that you say he's lost his magic?
I think
so. Does Miranda
Josh has lost his magic.
Well, he hasn't been on a show for years. But
that's what I'm saying. Like the Josh that we loved from
Drake and Josh.
Watching Drake and Josh, if we see him again now, it's gonna feel corny as hell. It's not gonna feel like it's actually the same person.
That's what I'm afraid of. I'll check it out for sure, but I am afraid of that.
I don't think they'd butcher it. I mean, I think the actors will do their job. I think Josh has the capacity to go back to where he was.
It does depend on the storyline they decide to go with too. Obviously, roommates, you know what I'm saying? Like that, it has to be like another storyline.
Can't be the Fuller House.
I've seen too much of Josh outside of the show, and I don't know.
I like Josh.
Yeah, but that's seeing him not acting. Like he's basically either doing a skit or shooting vlogs. It's not a real, it's not a real acting thing on
what
TV.
What I've seen, I feel like it's just so different. I feel like it's like you guys said with I think it was last week. Like once you see the behind the scenes of something, it kind of loses a little bit of. So if I see Josh outside of
the magic.
being Josh, kind of like.
That's the thing,
Yeah,
man.
nice.
You watch the vlogs, he's the same dude. Like,
Yeah,
wow,
I
that's
don't,
surprising.
Bring back iCarly.
iCarly.
Like, white girl about to be sending news on fucking Netflix.
Well, that's fine.
Oh,
back
shit.
victorious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's answers on the spot. I can't think of one without just being cliche and saying like the Wayne brothers or Martin or something like that. But
if they were to bring back a show, I'd watch the Wayne Bros. Out of respect for the one guy at RIP that we do.
Yeah, I don't think you could watch the Wayne Bros anywhere. That's a hard show. Everything else is spread around differently. But yeah,
I'm actually surprised Netflix wouldn't acquire it because they've done so many deals with Marlon.
With Marlon. Yeah, it's not under him. It's probably just a network thing. Also, it's probably who owns it and stuff like that.
So I'm hoping
the rest of his family.
Because BET plays it, right? BET.
No, I think MTV was the one. Yeah, MTV2 was the one that was the rights for that. So it all falls.
That probably does a lot of viewership. So I don't know if they're too quick to.
I don't even know if they still play it on that.
Play them like from like 10 to like 3 a.m.
Oh, they do still play?
No, not recently, but like when I did watch it in the past, yeah. Like they go back and forth between Martin and Wayne Brothers like during that time slot. But yeah, I'm sure there's other shows. I just can't think of anything on the spot right now.
Everybody will have an answer for next week. For those of you watching,
I was gonna say
next week for our answers.
I was gonna say Fresh Prince, but that's on HBO Max.
Yeah, HBO Max.
So
like
I was gonna say Boy Meets World, but that's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, you see, everything's on something. You just spread out everywhere.
Well, that's why I said Netflix. That's why I said just in the main something they could.
But that's the thing. You can't really choose. It's hard to choose like what you want on there. That's not already available somewhere else. Like if like Chris said, I would want Mr. Robot to be on Netflix. It's such an easy app just to go on.
Netflix got the easiest.
Now,
the easiest.
Amazon is so confusing.
If we're talking about movies, I would probably want like the full X-Men lineup on Netflix. That's one that I will say. But it's I'll give you that one.
You gotta choose.
I heard that they're trying to put all that in Disney Plus. The whole
all
lineup.
the X-Men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of their deal with Fox and stuff.
Yeah, see, that'd be lit. I mean, there's some that I won't watch. Like I'll watch 1, 2, and 3 again. Origins. I might have to do it for my dog. I'm definitely not watching Apocalypse again. That's one that I for sure won't go back to. Yeah, bro, for sure won't go back to that one.
If I had to choose one movie to go to Netflix, it'd be probably Interstellar.
I think it was on there already, but they took it off.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't.
I'm pretty sure. Never?
I check all the time. Before I want to watch a movie, I go to every app, every online. I watch movie and see what it's under. It's never on anything. That movie specifically is never on anything.
Oh,
so
I thought I've seen it a couple times.
Maybe it's because it's not that good, but whatever.
It's good. It's good. I was gonna say, speaking of movies, you remember the Universal and AMC feud that were happening? That AMC and Universal was having a thing like they weren't gonna show their movies in the theaters, and then because of like the whole streaming service, so they came into a deal, and basically, whenever a movie comes out on AMC theaters, 17 days later it's gonna be available to rent or buy. It's weird. It's the first time they're actually doing that. Yeah, it's nothing, terrible. But it's gonna come out exclusively first in theaters.
On title.
So yeah, it's like a title deal basically because it comes out 2 weeks and then it comes out for video on demand. It's weird thinking about it because like just wait and see it at home, but maybe those people who want to see it in theaters.
People like Chris. No, but I mean, for me personally, I have to go to the theater if I really want to watch a movie. I have the option to see theater every time.
I feel you on that.
Yeah, so this is starting, I think, next month coming up. They're trying to do this next month. So, like, it's definitely the first time anything in this is happening. And also, the movie Tenet, you saw, like, it got pushed back, like, 10,000 times. So, they're actually going to release it in August.
26.
Yeah, 26, but not
so they say.
In America. They're gonna release it in the whole everywhere around the world. That's not America.
Wow. I gotta get out of here.
So they're releasing it in Europe, in China, everywhere internationally. They're releasing it
first.
We're
booking our flight,
and then whenever they decide to open up and put it back in theaters, they're gonna put it back in theaters.
All right, Chris.
If
Quick
I hear
trip
a
to
spoiler
Canada.
for Tenet, we're gonna fight everyone.
Oh, they're coming.
I know nothing about it, and if I figure out something about it, I'm gonna be.
You're gonna fight?
Yeah, I'm gonna fight Nolan himself.
Oh, I don't know if I said this or not, but Jamie Foxx is supposed to play Mike Tyson in an upcoming film.
We did speak about this. I don't know if we did it on the pod. Yeah.
Oh,
or maybe it was with somebody else.
I remember that being brought up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
not this podcast, but
I don't know if I brought it up, but he is playing him as Mike Tyson, and he actually released a picture of himself. He looks like Mike Tyson when early fighting. That's crazy. Like he got so bulked up. Like there's a picture of him with like his hair short, just like Mike Tyson back in the days. And I saw an interview that they did with Mike Tyson, and they're like, "Oh, how do you feel like Jamie Foxx playing you?" And he's like, "Oh, he loves it. He told him everything that was happening during that time and stuff like that, and he feels like he could do it. Like, believe it or not, Jamie Foxx he has had great roles in his past. Ray Charles, he's done really well.
Yeah. He was actually interviewed by Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes on All the Smoke. Shout out to All the Smoke. Yeah. And like he was talking about the movie there, and like he started to do like just like an impression of Mike Tyson, and just in that I was like, I see it 100%. Like I think
is the king of impersonations.
I haven't seen that video.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's in the episode of All the Smoke, so just go to the YouTube page and you can find it there. But yeah, dog, like I saw it 100%.
He's done Mike Tyson impression for years now.
Oh, for sure, dog. I would not doubt it.
I can't remember.
I've never seen him do a bad impression. He does Stephen A. Smith. He does Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, no, that guy's a world class actor.
He has the famous Doc Rivers that we always quote. It's too good.
Yeah, he's nice.
And this is perfect for the Mike Tyson fight that's happening in a couple months.
Yeah. Yes, dog. Yo, low key, I never thought of that. That has to be related.
Is that why he wanted to get back into the
That has to be related, dog. It's part of the rollout.
That's smart though. Like his name is getting brought up everywhere.
I just think Mike has been feeding to fight. I mean, maybe it could be a little bit for the movie, but I just think
it could be both. It could be both.
He's been feeding to get back into the ring and been training and shit like that.
And he looks fucking good. Like, like he never aged. This man's just like ripped the shit still.
Fresh.
How old is he? You know?
53. I think.
Yeah, he's above 50 for sure.
That's gonna be crazy. So he's fighting. He's the main card fighting who?
Roy Jones. Was not a bum. He's a pretty good boxer.
Compared to Mike, he's retired also, right? I don't know about Roy Jones.
Mike is just a different breed. That guy is an animal. I mean, he's aged obviously from his last fight.
Yeah. But Roy Jones is about the same age. They're pretty close in age right now. Yeah.
It should be a good fight. I don't think anyone will get too hurt except for Roy Jones Jr.
I think they're only doing like 8 rounds. Like I don't think they're going full 12.
8 rounds.
I hope they don't do 12.
And it's all for charity, which is great.
That's great. I saw September 12th. I have it here. September 12th. And the weird thing is not gonna be on the regular streaming boxing channel. It's gonna be on Triller, the app. That's the first time for them. And I heard that app is run by an artificial intelligence.
What? Who?
It's run by robots. Like it's not run by a company.
I'm gonna need us to fact check that
it's
immediately.
Weird.
That's crazy.
I don't know. It's like it's known. I heard it. It's known for being the first app just run by robots.
Yeah, but I'm sure that
there's someone behind the robot.
Of course, there's somebody who made that.
A robot.
A robot
is not the CEO of the company.
I know. Yeah, there's somebody who made the thing. It was in charge. But it just handles everything by that. I don't know.
Robot holding a coffee cup.
Dog. Yo, but when I heard about this Tyson fight, dog, I just got hella fucking. Did y'all see the last Rocky Balboa?
Yeah.
Rocky Balboa. Yeah, I got hella vibes from that. The moss is gone. You know what I mean? Like I was dog, it's crazy, man.
Tyson's in better shape than Rocky was for that last fight.
Hey, you don't know that, dog.
Tyson's in better shape than Rocky was in the first fight.
Yeah, he wasn't in better shape than Rocky was in Rocky 3. Because Rocky was fucking shredded in the third one.
Oh,
dog. Yes.
And the pre-fight is what? It's Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson?
Yeah,
I think so.
I heard that. Jake Paul versus Yeah, this is the way of boxing now. You get celebrities to box. That's how they make the money.
The sport is dead. That's what it is.
I hate it, but I'm gonna watch just because it's just entertaining to see how bad these people are at boxing. And then after you're gonna see a world class fight with Tyson and Roy Jones.
So it's only them two. Is them and
no. I'm sure there'll be other people on the card. There'll be like 5 other fights, but the important ones will be unfortunately Jake Paul and Nate Robinson and Tyson. And
I think like boxing, dog. Like it's not that there isn't good fighter. I mean, that's part of it. Part of it is a competition, but it's mainly. I think one of you said it, dog. That it's like they don't know how to promote shit. You know what I mean?
The promotion is trash.
Yeah, like the promotion is trash, bro. Like they need to like go to Dana White, take some notes, come back.
It used to not be, but
yeah, HBO, no, I feel you.
HBO started putting on some shitty ass fights, and then they started ruining cards with bullshit judging, and the sport kind of died for like a year.
That's what it was, man. Yeah.
And they're like just trying to revive the sport again with Canelo, Ryan Garcia, these other boxers, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. It's a shame because I've loved boxing and my family is huge on boxing ever since I was born, and it sucks. But I love that sport more than anything. I love it more than UFC personally.
More than anything?
No, well, not more than baseball, but like
fight. Yo, I was about to say, I did not know you like boxing like that.
No, combat wise, I mean, boxing is my favorite sport. But
I'm gonna keep it.
UFC has definitely taken the cake for the past few years.
I'm gonna keep it 100, dog. Like when I started watching UFC, I slowly got off of boxing because like I couldn't go back to it, dog.
Yeah, but when I don't think there's anything better than like a really great boxing match. So like a Canelo versus Triple G, something like that. Like just back to back, freaking hits.
For me personally, I don't get as entertained, but I see what people like it. I get it.
I love boxing.
So what would you say is missing from it? Like, cause it has legendary people in there right now.
You know what's missing from it, dog? You know what's missing from it, dog?
This guy.
WWE antics, dog. That's what's missing, bro. You need guys to get on the mic and talk shit, and that's what you need, man. You need like a Conor McGregor type of dude to go in there and just fucking curse everybody out.
I'll tell you why they're in such a funk and why it went down. Because
Mayweather retired.
And no.
It definitely fell off after.
We're not doing it.
After Mayweather retired, it definitely fell off.
It was during that. It was during that.
Oh yeah.
That is not the reason why at all. The reason why is because, like Asiel said, the UFC does such a good job of promoting through social media and apps and stuff like that, and they get a younger crowd to now start watching UFC, where boxing doesn't have as big of a crowd watching boxing because of, like I said, those few years where like boxing was just pretty much lost. There wasn't really anything going on.
Well, do you think that's why they're doing the celebrity thing to get the Jake Paul?
Well, celebrity thing started with that bullshit.
Yeah, it started with the YouTubers.
I think that was always a thought where like celebrity deathmatch. Let's go back to that. Like they would do that shit, and then like.
But I think that without that, it would have been more dead than what it is. It definitely brought a lot.
I think to the core boxing fans, I don't think we have a problem with it. But to get new,
I don't know if it brought life. Yeah, it brought attention definitely, but it didn't.
No, yeah, it's not. When you see these, I hate to say it, but like they're fighters too. But the YouTuber fighters, they're not the best matchups, and they're not the best that they could be. And as a
they're not the technically gifted.
Yeah. The UFC fighters they're just and the UFC, they're just too good at promoting. The UFC fighters themselves are so good at just communicating with like the public. They all do like streaming and stuff and gaming, which would bring in viewers and stuff like that.
But I think part of it too is that like the fighters in the UFC, I feel like care a lot more about like selling their fight. Correct me if I'm wrong, because again, I don't keep up with boxing like y'all do. But like if you see guys, yes, like but like again, like Conor McGregor does that shit. What's his name? Just fought. Oh my god, Jorge Masvidal. Like how much shit was he talking about Buddy before he actually fought him, dog? Like he was talking hella. Yeah, he was talking hella shit, and then after the fight, he was like, "No, we don't got to do this until the fight." And I'm like, you know what I mean? They do that so that you get the interest in the fight.
Yeah, there's not much beef in boxing. It's
that's
just
really
like
what it is.
It's only if there's like a big match, and even that they won't go too much into it. They'll just talk their little bullshit. Saying who's gonna win, but it's never like a Masvidal and Usman or something like that where like
isn't it too? There's less people in boxing also.
I wouldn't say
like
that.
Less fighters.
I would say there's more boxers.
Really?
What I think
professional, I think so. Yes.
The thing that they gotta do in my opinion, well, one, promote better, clearly, because they don't know how to promote. Because you don't know 90% of the people who are boxers. I think they gotta get rid of half of the belts that are available.
That's
There's
true.
way too many belts that like you don't care about almost any of them. If you cut down the belts and get the competition, the best of the best, to all face each other to fight for belts, I think that's a better way to. You'll be able to promote your people better.
Yeah. If there's 20 champions, who's really the best? Like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's true. That's a good point.
All right, guys, there you have it. Another episode of the Planet of Doubt podcast. Please make sure to tell us what you think in the comments. What do you think about the state of boxing? How do you feel about the MLB and the NBA coming back? Are you excited for Tenet? Do you can't wait for the movie to come to the States? Let us know. Make sure you like the video, hit the notification bell, tell a friend to tell a friend. Peace.